You are listening to Bedtime Dreamy Tales. Subscribe to our channel for new story title, In the Land of Souls. Far away, in North America, where the Red Indians dwelled, there lived long ago a beautiful maiden named Ayana, lovelier than any other girl in her tribe. Her long, dark hair flowed like a river, and her eyes sparkled like the stars. Many young braves sought her hand in marriage, but her heart belonged to one, Chaitin, a handsome chief who had won her affection years before with his bravery and kindness. The whole tribe rejoiced when Ayana and Chaitin announced their engagement. The village prepared for a grand wedding feast with songs, dances, and gifts. However, on the night before the celebration, Ayana fell suddenly ill. Despite the efforts of the tribe's healers and the prayers of her people, she passed away silently, leaving her loved ones in deep sorrow. Chaitin was heartbroken. The light of his life had been extinguished, and he couldn't bear the pain of her loss. He abandoned his duties as a chief, forsaking both hunting and fighting, and spent his days by her burial place, mourning his lost happiness. As the days turned into weeks, a glimmer of hope began to pierce his grief. He remembered the stories told by the elders of the tribe about the Land of Souls, a mystical place where departed spirits dwelled. Determined to find his beloved, Chaitin decided to embark on a journey to the Land of Souls. He prepared for his quest, packing some food, a warm skin, and his bow and arrows. Although unsure of the exact path, he recalled hearing that the Land of Souls lay to the south. With hope and courage filling his heart, he set out southwards. As Chaitin traveled, the landscape around him slowly transformed. The familiar snow-covered hills and forests gave way to budding trees and blossoming flowers. The cold, gray skies turned a brilliant blue, and birds sang joyfully overhead. Chaitin knew he was on the right path, and his heart quickened with the anticipation of seeing Ayana again. Days passed, and Chaitin's journey took him through dark woods and over steep cliffs. One day, atop a high cliff, he came upon a small hut. An old man, clothed in skins and holding a staff, stood in the doorway, as if waiting for him. "I have been expecting you," said the old man. "I know why you have come. She whom you seek was here not long ago. Rest in my hut, and I will tell you what you need to know." Although Chaitin's heart was too eager to rest, he entered the hut and listened to the old man. After a short rest, the old man led Chaitin to the doorway and pointed towards a distant water body and the plains beyond. "That is the Land of Souls," he explained, "but no man enters it without leaving his body behind. Lay down your body here, your bow and arrows, your skin, and your dog. They will be kept safe for you." Reluctantly, Chaitin followed the old man's instructions. As he left his earthly possessions behind, he felt lighter than air. He began to move with incredible speed and ease, barely touching the ground. The scents grew sweeter, the flowers more beautiful, and the animals greeted him warmly instead of hiding. Even the rocks and trees seemed to pass through him, for they were not physical objects, but the souls of the land. Chaitin's journey led him to the shores of a vast lake with a lovely island in its center. On the shore was a canoe made of glittering stone with two shining paddles inside. Chaitin jumped into the canoe and paddled towards the island. To his amazement and joy, he saw Ayana following him in another canoe exactly like his own. However, great waves rolled between them, preventing them from touching. Despite the terrifying sights and sounds, the bones of the dead in the depths, and the struggling spirits in the waves, Chaitin and Ayana remained unscathed. Their lives had been pure, and the Master of Life had decreed that no evil should befall them. They safely reached the Happy Island, where they wandered through flowery fields and along rushing streams. Here, there was no hunger, thirst, cold, or heat. The air fed them, and the sun warmed them, filling their hearts with peace and joy. As they enjoyed the blissful surroundings, a gentle murmur in the wind reached Chaitin's ears. It was the voice of the Master of Life, calling to him, "Return whither you came, for I have work for you to do. Your people need you, and you shall rule over them for many years. At the gate, my messenger awaits you, and you shall take again your body which you left behind. Listen to him, and have patience. In time to come, you shall rejoin her, whom you must now leave, for she is accepted, and will remain ever young and beautiful, as when I called her hence from the land of snows." With a heavy heart, Chaitin knew he had to obey. He bid a tearful farewell to Ayana, who assured him they would be reunited one day. As he made his way back to the gate, he felt the weight of his body returning. The old man awaited him, holding his belongings. "Your journey is not yet over," he said. "You have duties to fulfill, and your people need your guidance." Chaitin took up his bow and arrows, donned his skin, and called his faithful dog. With newfound strength and purpose, he returned to his village. The tribe welcomed him with open arms, and he became a wise and just leader. He ruled over his people for many years, always carrying the memory of Ayana in his heart. Though he missed her dearly, Chaitin found solace in the knowledge that one day he would return to the land of souls and be with his beloved forever. Until then, he dedicated his life to his people, guiding them with wisdom and compassion, and telling the tale of his journey to the land of souls, inspiring future generations with the promise of eternal love and reunion. If you like this story, please give this video a like. For more stories, go to bedtimedreamytales.com. See you in the next story.